Welcome to our first sports jam of the winter season. I'm Jay Wilcox.
And I'm John Jacobson. Today on the show, we'll meet a Cooper girls basketball player who does more than pile up points to help her team. And we'll talk hockey with the red-hot Wayzata girls team.
Up first, girls basketball. The Breakdown Tip-Off Classic at Hopkins featured a number of strong teams from across the state in all four classes. One of the more interesting matchups featured last year's 4A runner-up Osseo against defending Class 3A champ De La Salle. The Islanders' Tyshana Johnson in her fancy green shoes pick off the pass, and she takes it in for the layup. Johnson scores 17. Phyllis Webb works her way between defenders to get the shot up and in for Osseo. Webb scores 16 on the day. Janae Morton's a one-person press breaker here with a hesitation dribble to beat a double team and then a pull-up jumper. Morton also scores 16, but John Reeser's team is behind most of the way in this one. Morton beats the press again, this time up the left side before finishing with a nice scoop layup. Osseo's down 9 at this point. Faith Johnson Patterson's Islanders are just a little too much. Johnson drives and sets up a line of star for 2 of her game-high 21 as De La Salle beats Osseo 63-52. Also at the Breakdown Classic, but in a different gym, Cooper meets Crookston. Lori Bowler gets into the lane for Cooper and hits the jumper as the Hawks dominate the first half, leading 45-26 at the break. But Jen Rodemaker's club gets challenged in the second half. Chelsea McGee to Talea Rich, back to McGee for the corner 3. McGee leads Cooper with 22 on the afternoon. The next time, Rich swings it the other way to Marita Kelly for the jumper from the wing. Kelly's one of 5 Cooper players in double figures with 11. Crookston charges back into it with threes and good post play. 6'1" sophomore Brooke Heggie scores 2 of her 18 here. The Pirates close to within 4 at one point. But Cooper never surrenders the lead. Bowler and McGee team up here as the Hawks move to 2-0 with a 77-68 win. We'll meet Cooper's Talea Rich later in our Sports Jam Spotlight. 4 other local girls teams were part of the Breakdown Tip-Off Classic. Park Center falls 75-68 to Bram as Rebecca Dahlman pours in 41 points to surpass 4,000 for her career. Kayla McMorris had 35 for the Pirates. Host Hopkins beats one of the top teams in Kansas, Olathe Northwest, by 14. Nia Coffey had 19 to lead the Royals. The Hopkins boys also won at the showcase. Defending Class A champ Maranatha beat Staples Motley 65-53 behind a balanced scoring attack. And defending Class 2A champ Providence Academy is looking good. The Lions whip Chanhassen 53-29.
Armstrong's girls basketball team opens a new season a little short-handed. 4 Falcons regulars out injured for the Falcons opener at Anoka. The Tornadoes' Kyra Fredenberg spins, drives, and delivers a bounce pass to Claire Lundberg for the layup and foul. Kaylee Gifford then dials up a 3-pointer from the corner as Anoka scores the game's first 10 points. Armstrong sophomore Lyric Williams drives the lane and scores the Falcons' first field goal of the night. Later, it's Rachel Russ passing to Hannah Sakik inside. She scores 2 here as the Falcons close the gap to 5 points at 17-12. But Anoka builds its lead back up. Ashley Bray to Lundberg for another and one. Tornadoes lead 29-16 at the half. Second half, more of the same for the home team. Lundberg to Friedenberg, who scores the hoop and draws the foul. And then it's Abby Torgerson driving, and she'll pull up in the jumper, for the jumper in the lane. She'll draw a foul too. Anoka dominates the second half to win it over Armstrong 63-32.
Champlin Park's girls hosting Cretin-Durham Hall. Quick passing by the Rebels underneath to Hannah Krimble, and she gets position inside and scores it. Alexis Alexander gets the steal, and she'll outlet to Kelly Zimmerman for the basket here. Champlin Park leads this one 22-17 at halftime. And they start the second half strong too. Alexander rattles in a 3-pointer here for Champlin Park. And Zimmerman drives. She'll hit a tough shot and a foul here. That makes it 37-29 Rebels. Alexander with a nice crossover dribble, and she hits the jump shot here for Champlin Park from the left wing. And it's Allie Zoffe getting the rebound and put back. She leads the Rebels with 18. They win 54-41. They beat Spring Lake Park Thursday and Andover Friday.
Wayzata's girls basketball team has remade itself this season to a smaller and quicker lineup that is often running to a good start. The Trojans taking on Lakeville South. Kiana Nickel ahead to Riley Johnson for the layup as Wayzata scores the game's first 6 points. Delane Swanson kicks the pass out to Nickel for the three-pointer. Trojans lead 13-6. Nickel one of 4 Trojans to score in double figures. Cougars' Julia Durham follows her own shot to score. Lakeville South briefly takes the lead in this one. Mike Schumacher's team takes a 5-point lead into halftime. Second half, Summer Johnson pokes the ball away to create a steal. She converts on the pass from Nickel for an easy layup. Later, Nickel hits another three to put the Trojans up by 14 as they pull away in the second half. Katie Schultz scores all 13 of her points in the second half, driving and scoring here. A lot of layups in this one for Wayzata. The route is on Swanson to Leah Johnson for 2 plus a foul. Wayzata wins at 76-50. An experienced group of seniors leading the way for the Trojans.
It's really nice. We've all played together since like 5th grade A team, or even on the freshman team, we all played together. And I think that team chemistry is really what's helping and benefiting us our senior year, and the perfect timing of it.
Providence Academy is a defending state champion in Class 2A. The Lions have a tough early schedule, including Thursday's game against Totino-Grace. Early first half, Hannah Hoekstra drives and scores for the Eagles. But Providence is dialed in from long range. Leah Zabla and then Taylor Finley hitting three-pointers for the Lions as they build a 21-6 lead. McKenna Hapke hits Zabla with a perfect pass on the cut. Providence leads 24-10 at the break. Second half, Hapke scores inside and draws the foul. Ashley Carter finds her way through a double team and scores underneath here for Grace. But Providence in control most of this game. Zabla drives and scores here to give the Lions a 20-point lead, and they win at 48-31. The Lions lost the season opener, Jay, to Eastview, but 3 straight wins since then. You know, Eastview number 4 in Class 4A, but it's a good Providence team again on the floor.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have their hands full this coming Saturday, though, with Hopkins. That'll be a good one. Brian Cosgriff against Ray Finley doesn't get a lot better in terms of coaching, too. Still to come here on the Sports Jam, highlights from hockey, boys basketball, and more. Welcome back to Sports Jam.
Time to talk hockey. It was a tough challenge for a young Maple Grove boys hockey team. The Crimson were facing a veteran and top-ranked Edina squad in the Crimson's home opener. First period, and Edina's Andy Jordahl passes to Matt Masterman. Back to Jordahl for the power play goal. It's 2-0 Hornets. Kurt Giles' club gets another power play marker here. Matt Nelson to Connor Hurley on the slot for the shot and goal. 3-0 Hornets after one. Second period, Edina's Cullen Munson puts the puck on net. The long rebound comes right to Jordahl. Scores the second of his 3 goals. 4-0 Edina. The Crimson get on the board later in the period. Charlie Thompson, the shot from the point. David Brunn cashes in on the rebound. A power play goal for Grove makes it 4-1. But it's all Edina from there. Another power play goal for the Hornets in the third period. Dylan Malmquist scores as Maple Grove falls to 0-3 with an 8-1 loss to Edina. The Totino-Grace boys hockey team started play over the weekend by hosting 2 northern Minnesota teams. Brooklyn Park Arena, the new home for Totino-Grace boys hockey. Scoreless through 1 against Thief River Falls, but the Eagles strike early in the second. TJ Rue setting up Derek Lodermeyer, and it's 1-0. Less than a minute later, TJ Rue wins the draw and feeds Carter Rue, who pops it in, 2-0 Grace. TJ sets the Eagles' career record for assists in this game. The Prowlers cut the lead in half. Logan Engelstead with a slap shot off the post, and it's a power play goal for them. But the Eagles get it right back. Carter Rue with another rebound goal off the Lodermeyer shot for a 3-1 lead after 2. Thief River Falls gets a nice goal late in the third. Good passing, sets up Logan Othie, but it's Totino-Grace winning 4-2. The Eagles tied East Grand Forks on Saturday.
Following a loss to Edina in the Turkey Trot tournament Thanksgiving weekend, the Wayzata boys got 3 solid days of practice before they took on a couple of non-conference games against Northwest Suburban Conference teams, including the Huskies of Andover. Wayzata with a scoring chance here. Jack Sorensen up the right wing, and he shoots, but Chase Perry with the stop for Andover. The Huskies get on the board first in this one. J.P. Perry takes the pass near the blue line. Both defensemen go to him. Jared McComber follows up and puts it away, and it's 1-0 Andover. Wayzata answers as Matthew Freitag makes a nice deke on the defenseman, and his backhander will sneak past Perry here. It's a 1-1 game after a period. Still 1-1 in the third when Brian Mahout zips it ahead to Maxwell Zimmer, but he's robbed. Chase Heising gets control for a turnaround try, but Perry stops that one, and we are still tied up. Until this one, Mahout leaves the pass for Akash Batra, and Mahout deflects the pass home for the go-ahead goal midway through the third. The Trojans win it by a score of 2-1.
Hopkins taking on Bloomington Kennedy. Eagles goalie David Johnson makes a big save here, stopping the shot from Josh Lavin, and Jim Copples on the rebound. Scoreless in the third, and the Eagles get on the board. Connor Jensen working it down low to Brad Heinrichs, and Kennedy leads 1-0. Hopkins finally gets on the board on its own power play. Lavin to Anthony DiGiulio for the shot and goal, and it's a 1-1 game. 42 seconds later, Hopkins scores again. Matt Cook with a blast from the high slot. And that's the game winner as Hopkins edges Kennedy 2-1. In girls hockey, the Armstrong Cooper team was riding a 5-game winning streak entering their Northwest Suburban Conference game against Centennial. First period, Armstrong Cooper works the puck out of their zone. Marissa Odell skates it into the neutral zone, shoots on net, the save made. Emma Terrace there to knock the rebound in. Short-handed goal making it 1-0. Late in the first period, Terrace, a nice move inside the defender, goes in to score her second of the night, 2-0. Armstrong Cooper after one. Goalie Ashley Ritten preserves the shutout, making the save on Allie Jensen. Ritten finishes the night with 24 stops. Armstrong Cooper blanked Centennial 2-0. They added a win over Coon Rapids on Saturday.
Most local boys basketball teams get started this week. One team aiming for big things started Friday night against a neighboring school. A good crowd on hand as Park Center hosts Brooklyn Center. Park Center digs the ball loose and it's off and running. Quinton Hooker to Devin Buckley. Back to Hooker for the layup and an early lead, 26 on the night for Hooker. But big underdog BC plays well in the first half. Travante Marshall drives and scores on the runner in the lane as the Centaurs stick close to the Pirates through the half. Good rotation here for Park Center. 4 players touch it before Buckley knocks down a 3. He's a big addition from Prairie Seeds. Buckley scores 17 in the game. A nice press break here for the Centaurs as DeAndre Bell feeds Teddy Clark on the alley-oop for the layup. BC is within 8 at halftime. But Park Center starts to pull away. Watch this one as Hooker sets up Trayton Daniels for the monster jam and foul as the crowd goes nuts. The Pirates lead it by 13. Daniels gets 3 huge dunks in a short stretch on the way to a 20-point night as Park Center beats Brooklyn Center 92-70. The high school wrestling season is just getting started. Saturday saw quite a few local squads in action at tournaments. The Ken Drugemiller tournament at Osseo is a tradition in early December. Eden Prairie wins it this year with Wayzata second, and it's Mounds View, Osseo, and Maple Grove. Those 3 teams are all in Section 5 3A when the postseason rolls around. At the Fridley Invitational, defending Section 5 champion Champlain Park finishes 3rd behind Tartan and Mount Westonka. Irondale is 4th with Hopkins in 5th. Rogers places 7th out of 12 teams.
I love that grappling.
That's right. A good start to the season. It gives them a chance to get a lot of matches in on one day like that, so kind of find out what you have early in the season. Straight ahead on our Sports Jam Spotlight, meet a Cooper girls basketball standout who fills the stat sheet in a number of ways. Cooper's girls basketball program has had only occasional success through its history, until the past couple of seasons, that is. On this week's Sports Jam Spotlight, we meet a senior who is a big reason for the unprecedented success the Hawks have enjoyed of late, Talea Rich. She does a little bit of everything for Cooper. Senior Talea Rich can score, but that's not her main focus. She fills the stat sheet in a lot of categories.
Honestly, rather rebound than either like get shoot. I mean when I have it there, I mean I could take it, you know, but I'd rather get a steal or rebound. I'd rather assist my other teammates than me just throwing up shots.
When the Hawks get ready to play a good opponent, the other team's top scorer knows she's likely to see plenty of Talea, or Lele as she's known with the team.
The best part about her right now is her ability to defend whoever we need her to defend, and it's really fun to watch her. You know, she's not the tallest, but she's quick and she's strong for her size, so we can ask her to go guard a guard in the perimeter, and she does. We can ask her to fight a post in the inside, and she does. She's one of the best basketball players I've ever known as far as her intuition and her ability to know where the ball is going. She gets steals that you're like, no way. So that's been really fun.
What I'm doing well is my defense, and that's really all I'm really focused on this season, my defense. But I really need to work on my shots and finishing. That's a big part of the game that I need to work on, and my dribbling, my handles.
Rich started her career at Minneapolis North, and this is her third season with the Hawks. Her group has been part of unprecedented success for the girls' basketball program at Cooper.
It's just so great just to hear that, oh, you guys have been the best for the past couple years. And I mean, I don't like dwell on everything they say or like just take it to the head or anything, but it's just so good that we have a group of girls that came together and wanted to win more games.
Talea isn't the only Rich to make her mark at Cooper. Her brother Taj was a football standout who is now a freshman playing for the University of North Dakota.
He made me so proud. We both number 32 in every sport we play. And it's just like having him it's really good. I think we amp each other up a lot.
And those who followed Cooper sports for a long time remember a speedy guard named Rashad Rich from the 1990s.
Rashad is actually my uncle, and the crazy thing about it is he actually started me off playing basketball. I didn't even know what I was doing. But as we grew older, he still calls me to this day, asks me how am I doing, what I need to work on, and it's just been a blessing to have him teach me from the start when no one was there, you know. So, yeah, it's nice to have family in my corner.
Speaking of family, Talea's father, Taj Sr., who played basketball at North, works at Cooper and helps out with the girls' basketball and football teams. So they see plenty of each other.
For me, it's a reward. You ask her, I don't know if you get the same answer, but for me, it's a good reward, being able to see her. I don't really talk to her too much in the halls. Thought it would be a little different, but it's a reward to be able to know and stay on top of her with all of her academic things.
He knows all my weaknesses, all my things that I do well, and just knowing I have somebody who will tell me honestly what I'm doing and what I can do better is very good.
The Hawks beat a Good Park Center team in their opener. Talea Rich and her teammates hope to make this another memorable winter for Cooper girls basketball. Rich had 14 points in the Hawks' win over Crookston and surpassed 1,000 career points last season. She's undecided on a college, but has some interest in St. Edward's University, a Division II school in Austin, Texas. Sports Jam returns in a moment as John talks hockey with the Wayzata girls.
The Wayzata girls hockey team enters this week 6-0 on the season, undefeated to start the 2012-2013 season. They join us now on Sports Channel. We'll begin with Ellen Rethwich. And Ellen, talk about the beginning of the season. What has been the key to your team's success?
I think a lot of it has to do with our team chemistry and gaining a lot of great players that are coming in for their first time. And it's just taken us really far so far, and hopefully it continues to carry us throughout the season.
Were there things you guys did in the off season you think helped coming into when you actually started playing games this winter?
Definitely, a ton. I mean, we did a lot of on-ice stuff, working during the summer with our coaches and working on positioning and then improving as individuals, but also off the ice we did some team bonding, had some bonfire type deals, so that's always good going into the season.
Ellen, good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Harley Noble, tell me about this year's team. It doesn't seem like you've got maybe one superstar, but a lot of very good, talented players. Is that kind of a key to success, kind of a balanced team overall?
Definitely. Like, we all work together really well, and having a bunch of players who, we're not all amazing players, but we all work hard and definitely try our hardest during every game, which really takes us far.
What do you guys do well as a team, do you think?
I mean, communication, we do awesome. I think we pass well, and I think we always pick each other up. We're never negative, and we're always just helping each other get better.
The Lake Conference season starts in 2 weeks. I know it's a tough league. How do you look at where Wayzata's going to fit in with those other 4 teams this winter?
I think we're going to fit in just fine. I mean, we're working really hard during practices, and so far we're having a great season, so I think we'll fit in just great in there.
Good luck the rest of the year, Carly.
Thank you.
Coach Becky Wacker, you know, I talked to you earlier in the season about this is your 3rd year with the program, and just kind of coming around in some ways. Do you feel that the girls are starting to buy into the program?
You know, every year we build on our systems a little bit more. So the first year I came in, and we were doing things differently than they had been in the past. And at this point now, we find even early in the system, because we've got such a great core of older players that have been with me for all 3 years, that I can take the next steps in the systems. And it's a compliment to them, because they not only work hard in the past to learn it, but they've also worked hard to retain it. And so we came into this season, with a pretty good foundation. A few newer girls that needed to learn, but they've picked it up, and the older girls have really helped them with that.
How much does that help, having that senior leadership and having those girls that have been around 3 years?
It's huge. It's huge. It's everybody compliments a lot of football players like Peyton Manning. He's a coach on the field, and I've got that with my older girls. The seniors and the juniors, they've really taken to the systems. They really focus on becoming great hockey players. And like the girls talked about, the team chemistry, they're able to help each other and talk to each other without someone's feelings getting hurt, and that's a big deal.
Does this team have a potential to go somewhere in the conference season and down the road the sections?
That's a great question. We play the season for a reason. Obviously we step in at the beginning of the year, and you can look at some of the big names out there and say that they've probably got a good opportunity to win the section. But I don't think anyone can count us out, and I don't think there's any coaches that are not looking at Wayzata as a tough game this season.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck the rest of the year.
Thank you.
Wayzata Trojans, again, a great start for them this season, and they'll play again this week. And again, they'll start their conference season, the late conference season, December 15th against Eden Prairie. We'll come back and wrap up Sports Jam right after this timeout.
Follow 12 Sports replays and live events on Twitter, Facebook, and live stream. Watch your favorite high school athletes performing live on your computer or mobile device. Link to us on 12.tv.
This stage is nowhere near Broadway, and none of these actors will be accepting an Oscar anytime soon. Still, they are rehearsing for something important. While they learn their lines, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, that everyone has a part to play. Skills that will make them stars long after the curtain falls. The National Federation of State High School Associations reminds you that when kids take part in high school activities, they get set for life.
Our game of the week is a Northwest Suburban Conference girls hockey matchup between Anoka and Maple Grove. The Tornadoes and Crimson face off at 7 o'clock Tuesday night at the Maple Grove Community Center. You can watch the game live on the web through livestream.com, and it airs here on Channel 12 Wednesday at 8:30 and 11 p.m. And that's about it for this week's show. The winter season now pretty much full go from here, John.
That's right. Thanks for watching the Sports Jam here on Channel 12. We'll see you next week.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.